Hey yo, come on in here, fam. We here just waiting on my co-host with the Mohz. Don't tell me we got technical issues. Don't tell me we got technical issues. Nope. Move. Sorry, I gotta do a show. All right, Mohz. I don't know what is going on. Hopefully, you can come in. I am beginning to think that it is the Wi-Fi over here that's causing issues. I don't know, bro. I really hope we don't have an issue. For anybody who's seen this, we are just waiting for my co-host to come in. So it's going to seem like dead silence, dead air. It says Mohz is unable to join. I don't know, fam. I'm going to fight again. Oh, man.
Is there?
Yo.
I think I figured it out.
Okay.
I think I figured what you were about. So.
All right. I was nervous, fam. I'm praying that when our guest comes on, we don't have any issues either. So, how you feeling, brother?
Brother, what a weekend.
Yes.
What a weekend.
Yes. While we talk, we going, what we're going to do. We're going to send out the invite for anybody who is joining us right this second. We're going to have a little moment of some staring and some silence as me and Mohz send out the invite to everyone in our friends list. And you should be doing the same thing too. Invite a friend, invite an enemy, a current partner, an ex, bring them all. Let's have some fun together.
Oh, yeah.
It is Sunday. You know what that means. Another episode of the Xion Variety Show. Thank you all so much for joining us. Mohz, what's the word? How you feeling?
Fam, it's been one hell of a weekend. I could just say that.
Okay.
At least. Because we were on a restricted lockdown for the weekend because of the Rona was here. I don't know. Well, fooling.
Right.
So yeah.
So meaning, so you couldn't go anywhere at all because I heard that even supermarkets was closed, right?
Yep. Supermarkets were closed.
Oh man.
Can you?
I can't actually. Did you have enough food in your cupboard, fam?
Yeah, for sure. We had enough.
Because sometimes I think about how fragile humanity is, right? That it won't take much for us to turn into the Walking Dead. All it takes is the last loaf of bread to turn your family into killers. That's how I see it. Boom. So I Shout out to everybody who's joined us. I see we got some people in the house. Shout out to our regulars. Shout out to our new people. It is Sunday. You know what that is. Live. The live. We gonna do it live.
Oh, yes.
All right. For everybody who's joining us, yes, same thing. Please share the live. Invite your friends, your family. You know what I mean? All that stuff. Anybody who's down with the pop culture gang, this is what it is. And we're going to get started in a minute or two officially. You know, we got some goodies for y'all. We got some good stuff today, man. I mean, I think we have, I don't want to be biased, Mohz. I think we have good stuff every week, but, you know.
Yeah, but this one is like, It's
extra.
No,
it's extra. That's good stuff right there. That's good stuff right there. All right. I'm going to send it out to a few more people.
Yeah, same on my end.
And then we will officially get started. Come on in, y'all. Relax a little bit. Take your shoes off. You know what I mean? Put them over there to the side. But yeah, sit down. You know, we got Hulu, we got Netflix. Turn on something. You know what I mean? Chill out. You want something to eat? You want something to drink? You good? All right. There's only vegan food though. Sorry. All right.
But even with vegan food, I have something else different. I actually have actual food, not
Ooh.
vegan food.
Ooh,
So,
why you gotta go there? I saw a meme the other day. Somebody sent me. So disrespectful. Somebody said, I'm sick of vegans and why are they drinking water? Isn't that a fish bath? Something like that. It's disrespectful. I don't think it's necessary. You know what I mean? I don't think it's necessary at all. Please forgive me if you're already in the chat and you get an invite. I'm hitting everybody. I'm hitting up everybody. You know what I mean? So all that means is that we love you. That's all that means. That we really want you here with us. How's everybody's weekend going? How's your Sunday?
So yeah. But it's been a very wonderful weekend, even though they said at least because of we couldn't go on lockdown, but we actually get to leave, and there was the Virtuous Con this weekend. Well, yeah. I think it's in the next couple. I think in the next hours it will be ending. I've seen some and networked with a lot of people have that I don't think I would have possibly done if I was here sitting home twiddling my thumbs and wondering what to do. So,
well, that's what I was thinking. You know what I mean? For everybody in Barbados who's on a lockdown right now, for anybody across the world who may be going through the trials and tribulations of Corona, and you're just at home feeling suffocated. We're here for you.
Yes, we are.
This is why you're here. All right. We are going to take your minds off of the stress and the pressures for a few hours. We're going to have a good time. We want y'all to be a part of this because it's not just about me and Mohz. You are the third co-host. The group right here, the chat right here. All right? So, Mohz, you ready?
I'm ready.
You ready to start the show?
Pin it.
Let's do this. Let's do this. Oh. Xion! The gates of Xion are open. I am Shawn, Alleyne, aka MD Guys. So precise. So nice as Jesus Christ. No blasphemy, I'm sorry. And with me as always,
Julian Mosely, aka Mohz, spelled Mohz. And I'm here in a purple shirt, not like Barney, but I just feel fantastic. Just saying.
I like it. I like it. My surroundings are a little different. I'm not home this weekend. I am hosting it for our regulars, our longtime viewers. You would know that every now and again I help a friend out and I cat sit. I fed the cat. That's not a euphemism. It's an actual literal cat. I fed the cat hopefully he won't be coming back and forth. But so my surroundings are a little different, and hopefully there won't be any technical issues because we
And there's
did
a
have something happen
diabetic
last time.
cat. Could you mention that part? The cat is diabetic and it needs to be fed intravenously once or twice.
Good news. All right, his levels are down, so he doesn't need his insulin shots anymore. So
Wow.
we're good on that. All right, the cat is doing well. All right. Before we get into anything, I wanna give a shout out to my boy Mike Colston, aka Journeyman Artist on the beat, the exclusive Xion rhythm that's coming through right now. Thank you, Mike. I also have to give a disclaimer. All right. Okay. So the views expressed in this show by myself and Mohz and our special correspondents do not in any way reflect the views as a whole of the Xion Network. Okay, there's going to be some silliness, there's going to be some shenanigans, some sexual innuendos, some stuff that's going to be said. But we don't want you to take it too serious. You know what I mean? This is just us having fun, a little escape. So keep that in mind. On today's show, we got a packed show as always. We got a lot of segments. We are going to be having the opening discussion with me and Mohz. And today's topic, you see there pinned. This is season 2, episode 8, or number 42, as we come down to episode 50.
Yep.
Our top writers in comic books. All right, our favorite writers in comic book and pop culture. Okay. We're also going to be having a little trivia. We're going to have our Phantom Zone segment, always a hit. Artist Spotlight, how does it look? How was it? Ton of other stuff. And last but not least, I'm honored to have special guests in the building. I saw her in there, Stephanie Williams, who is going to be joining us roughly around 5:25 or whenever, for those of you who are watching this afterwards. She'll be on in about 20 minutes or so. Let me check my time. Ooh, maybe about 20 minutes. And you have to pardon me that you might see me looking away every now and again. I'm checking my notes. I'm doing all that stuff.
Same on my end. Because I definitely executive produce this whole thing, so I just gotta be interact with y'all. If you don't see me talking, and if you say like hi, we're on Mohz or Shawn, I'll be here chatting with it just in case, because I don't want to miss like anything. Just like hey,
exactly.
Yeah. So
yeah.
And yeah.
As always, please, populate the comments. We're here for you. We do get a chance to read them. Y'all are hilarious. Y'all have me and Mohz cracking up. Keep it coming. For those of you watching this afterwards, you might hear me and Mohz respond. You won't be able to see the comments, but trust me, they're hilarious. And there's a reason why we say the things that we do in response to some of the comments.
Mm-hmm. Believe that.
So let's get into it. Mohz, in honor of our special guest, rising star writer, right, Stephanie Williams. I was thinking that today we have to spotlight those that are underrepresented side of the comic book industry. The writers, Mohz, you know what I mean? They're the ones that, for artists like us, they're the ones that sometimes tell us where to go, unless you're an artist that, happens to also be a writer. They're the ones that giving us the direction, creating some of these worlds. I love them, and sometimes I hate them, because sometimes I'll get a script and the person will say, hey, Shawn, I need this page knocked out. All right? I want you to draw 100 starfighters facing off a giant space god, and there's an explosion and the planet is being destroyed. Can you have that by tomorrow? And I'm like, you know what I mean? So I love them, hate them. But we're going to be talking about our favorite comic book writers today. That's what
type of writers you have, fam. Like, that's kind of like unrealistic.
Right, sometimes it's the writers. We're going to talk to Steph about it, because sometimes the writers are like, yeah, you can draw. This is what I was thinking. You could draw that, right? There's nothing. Yeah, I was like, well, yeah, I can draw it. I just need 2 months. So that's the thing. But they what I love about writers, man. This is one of my things. One of my challenges. The dialogue. You know what I mean? I could come up with some stories and stuff like that, but good dialogue, yeah, that's what I live for.
Yeah.
So we're gonna start off, Mohz. right off the bat, this may not everybody's top list. We might disagree. The people in the chat might disagree. I didn't necessarily want to do the most famous. I want to do my personal favorite writers. And on top of that list for me, this guy holds a special place in my heart. Fabian Nicieza. I hope I say that right. Hope I say that right. Please forgive me, Fabian, if you happen to see this at any point. Fabian Nicieza. Man's written a ton of books, popular back in the 90s. And one thing he did forever is in my heart. New Warriors. You already know. Anybody who knows me knows that I am one of the biggest New Warriors fans out there. The writing on that book to this day is still some of the best writing out there, period. I don't care if people are gonna say, oh, it's dated. It is fantastic. The characterization, the story points, the twists and turns. It was layers upon layers. Another thing I want to say about Fabian real quick, he doesn't get the amount of respect he deserves as being the co-creator of Deadpool. Everybody, credits Rob Liefeld. And Fabian was instrumental in creating the personality of Deadpool. That guy that y'all love to this day so much, Fabian had a hand in that. Are you familiar with it, Mohz? How you feel about Fabian?
It's not bad because I like New Warriors because when I was younger, I read a New Warriors comic. Can't remember which issue, but I actually read it. That was the first time I was introduced to Nova, especially like different characters I had never seen from before. Like Thrasher, of course. Like,
all right.
So that was part of it. That was one of it. But I know you said you don't want to go like old school or like the obvious, but for me, I don't think Fabian would ever exist or anybody else would exist without the main man, Stan Lee. That's one of my picks. So I'm saying it makes sense to actually honor him in this way. Because he helped inspire a lot of us actually to do what we do. So if it wasn't for him, it wouldn't be Love Warfield, it wouldn't be Fabian, whichever his name is, because I can't pronounce it because I'm not butchering his name. Whoever you might want to call it, even the stuff on my list, because my list is real short. Because I really do. I must admit, I actually love to follow the artists and not necessarily the writers. So my list can be a little bit short. So don't kill me for it.
You speaking about not killing you, right? I don't know if this is going to be blasphemous. I just want to propose a question. Don't kill the messenger. Was Stan Lee necessarily a good writer or a great creator?
I'll tell you this much.
Rest in peace. Rest in peace. Much love to Stan. All right?
I'll tell you this much.
Amazing. He created a bunch of characters. Love him. But was he a good writer? Don't kill him. I'm sorry.
I'll say he's a great creator. Because without any of his input, mindset, or responsibility to do what he needed to do, I don't think the characters would have been as exuberant or extravagant ever. And I feel like he was a great creator, more so than a great writer.
And that's no disrespect to Stan. Stan, the man, Lee Excelsior. Love it. Love it.
It's not.
You know what I mean? But this is what we do here on the show. We get real. We get nitty-gritty. We ask the questions that other people may not want to ask. We go there.
Right.
I just say. But much respect to the legend that is Stan Lee. Because here's the other thing about it too. A lot of times they don't credit some of the artists that he worked with, Jack Kirby and Steve Ditko, for being some of the co-creators of some of these characters, and some of they were also some of the plotters. So they helped come up with the plot. And Stan Lee went back in the Marvel style, he added the dialogue. Right. So once again, that's not taking anything away from Stan Lee's incredible legacy, you know. But some of these stories that we read, Do we remember more so like the dialogue, or we remember like the concepts and you know the stuff that happened, which we got to credit some of the artists, Steve Ditko and Jack Kirby for coming up with a lot of that stuff too. You know what I mean? So I'm glad that this is a safe space where we can have these type of conversations. You know what I mean? I don't want it to be I don't want you guys to be upset. Um, well, since you went back, Mohz, since you went back, I know that we said that for me, I didn't want to do the obvious, right? But you talked about a legend there just now. I'm gonna have to match it with in my eyes, another legend, Alan Moore. I gotta give it up for Alan Moore, man. Alan Moore, for those of you who may not know, who might be living under a rock, who may only watch movies because you know, we live in a generation where it's like, you know, comic books don't get as much respect now as the movies. But Alan Moore is the writer of and creator of Watchmen.
Yeah.
From Hell. What was the other one that he did that I like? Oh, why I drawing a blank? He did work with Rob Liefeld in his studio, and he completely revamped all the characters that the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. That's the other one. League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. This man his mind is so brilliant, man. And I've read articles with artists talking about the plots that he gave them, stories that he gave, that he would describe all these minute details. You know what I mean? Like the way his brain sees is incredible. And I have to give him props. I don't know if I could do it. His integrity. So here's a man that he didn't like the fact that the companies were making movies about his stories. And he didn't take a cent from any of these things. He didn't take one penny from Watchmen, from Hell, League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, none of that. That's a lot of freaking money, fam.
Yes, it is.
You know, listen, that's a lot of freaking money. I mean, good Lord.
That's a different topic altogether, because like, I swear to God. And since J Black 2016 just actually let the cat out of the bag, I was actually he's gonna be my next pick. The one he just said, Chris Claremont.
Okay. We're going with the legends. I see. We're going with the legends. All right.
Because of, well, Phoenix Saga couldn't be done without him anyway. His X-Men run was legendary. Let's just say it.
Okay.
The stuff he had done earlier after too, and the first time I have ever encountered his work was when he had the run with Salvador LaRocca with the Fantastic Four. So that stuff that really pushed me into his work, and then he had done some other stuff too, one or two things that were pretty okay afterwards with the X-Men too, but it was like it's okay. But his earlier work, legendary.
I like Chris Claremont, man. Looking back, I feel once again we got to give props to another writer who's on this list that people may not know, John Burns, right? Mostly known for drawing, but there's a man who's a writer also. He wrote West Coast Avengers, which gave us one of the best storylines out there with the Vision and Scarlet Witch. So all y'all watching WandaVision, right? Go back and check out my man John Burns' work, right? He was also the co-plotter on a lot of the X-Men stories around the time of Chris Claremont, right? He was the creator of Wolverine. Come on, like y'all, I'm telling y'all don't even know. Y'all don't even know. So I got to give John Burns a lot of the core credit there too. John Burns was also working on 4 books at one time. He wrote and penciled Fantastic Four, Superman. He created Alpha Flight. This man right here does not get the respect that he deserves on the list of writers. Please put some respect with 4 kids on my man John Burns' name. Please do. All right. Mohz, give him one more. Hit him with one more, man.
And then exactly what you're gonna do right now is that I'm gonna do the same, be in the same category as you. The one man I know for sure that does write and draw, legendary Frank Miller.
Okay, Frank Miller. Okay, Frank Miller. Okay.
Frank Miller.
Okay.
For sure. He's the guy who actually made Batman really gritty with the Dark Return. 300. Come on. I do have even say more anything like that. Sin City.
You calling some heavy things there, boy, fam.
Sin City, fam. I'm done at Sin City. I ain't gonna say no more.
You don't gotta say nothing because you know we got hit him with 300. We got hit him with it. Hold on a second. I gotta make sure I give it the emphasis. Man, we're gonna put the H in there. 300. We say raw vision for the 300, fam. Not so much part 2.
City.
That was yours. That was yours.
No, I did say 300, and then after I said City.
Oh, you did? My fault. Also the writer on one of the greatest segments of Daredevil. You know Daredevil's in my top 5, fam. His writing on Daredevil gave him that edge, that grittiness. I think he was also drawing it at the time. And am I correct in saying that he was instrumental in the death of Elektra and Bullseye storyline?
And he drew that too.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We check some of the comments here. What we got going on? Fabian, shout out to Fabian Wood, one of our special Xion correspondents. He said Grant Morrison is polarizing. Okay, that's how you coming in, Fabian? Just dropping bombs and stepping off? You gotta give us some more, Fabian. What I mean, you saying that he was polarizing, and in what way? My man, Pirate Monkey, 76, Alan Lynch. You know what I mean? A great writer himself. Shout out to Alan. We're going to have him coming up on the show. He said people forget story is also the direction of the plot. So you can write the comment and never write a word on paper. Interesting tip here, Alan. I can't wait to get on Alleyne show and talk about his process and see how we go through. Mohz, you want to stop right here and we bring on our special guest?
Yeah, we could do that.
Okay, cool. Mohz is going to go behind the scenes and do his executive producer thing. And this is the point where we're going to bring on our special guest, Stephanie Williams. And then once that's done, we're going to do some more segments. Bring Mohz back, and we're going to finish up talking about our top writers. Y'all keep the comments going, though.
Yeah, for sure. Just let you know if Steph, you're ready, because I see you in the chat. So if you're ready, just give a thumbs up, and then from then on, I'll just exit.
I feel as though I would like to see more women get spotlighted too, fam.
Yeah.
I was really trying to find more women in comics. And I know there's Gail Simone, but Louis Simonson, or Simonson. I see Steph is ready. Shout out to Steph. We're gonna bring on, but we're gonna talk about it some more when we come back. All right. I'll see you in a sec, fam. Alrighty. So this is a segment of the show where we bring on our special guests, and we're gonna speak for a little bit. Let me see. Boom. Make sure that I got this. Okay. Boom. Request sent. We're gonna speak for a little bit, and Steph, I wasn't ready.
Oh, my bad.
You was right on it.
I'm so sorry.
That's perfect. No, listen, that's all right. That means you're ready to go. I was going to give you a whole proper intro and everything like that.
Bad. I just saw it. I was like, well, because I did a panel earlier today, I'm like, maybe it still works the same way. It doesn't, I know, but
okay.
And don't mind me, the cold medicine has hit, so I'm probably gonna be a little live.
That's all right. You know, I'm thinking this is probably going to be a good one. We watch it later on, and you're going to be like, I said what? So let it come. So everybody who's joining us, thank y'all so much for being here on Sunday for the Xion Show, Season 2, Episode 8. This is our segment where we bring on a special guest who is right there with us, the lovely Stephanie Williams. Stephanie is a rising superstar. She's written create her own books, but she's on the cusp of breaking into that big stage with an upcoming Marvel book. And she also happens to be a part-time nurse, a part-time firefighter, a part-time carpenter. She builds planes, and I might have made some of those things up, but that's what I'm giving you, Steph. Welcome
I
to the
was like,
show.
well, man, I'm like, I know I do a lot, but I don't do that much, I hope.
Thanks for being here. I know that you feel not feeling too well, so I'm sorry to hear. Hopefully, you
No,
feel better
no.
soon.
Yeah, I hope so too, but no, you're good.
All right, so let's start off with the people who may not know who you are. We always start off with introducing yourself. Tell us a
Yeah.
little bit about Stephanie.
All right, so about me, I am a, I guess, retired scientist because I'm never going back. I left the scientific field to pursue writing full time. I didn't know that that was going to happen, but it did. And where I wasn't happy and it didn't feel fulfilled, and I left. But it wasn't that simple. It was a bit of a journey.
Uh-huh.
So I still work there, but I started podcasting and talking about comics and TV shows and movies that I was watching. And then from there, I started writing. So I started pitching to outlets. Sci-Fi Fangirls was one of the first that I've written for and like consistently written for. And I would do like comic deep dives and just talk about, again, TVs and movie shows that I was watching. So yeah, I have been doing that. And then I've always wanted to make comics. So after I got comfortable with my voice and writing and journalism, I decided to go ahead after speaking to a good friend, Regine Sawyer, to like start making my own comics. And Parenthood
Shout out
Activate was the first
Regine.
one. Yeah. So Parenthood Activate was the first comic that I did. And it, from there, But What If Though came, and then Living Heroes came out of that. It was only supposed to be like a one-off, and next thing I know, I was doing a Kickstarter and not getting sued by Marvel, but instead being asked to do some work for them.
That's that. I see this to be the beginnings of a amazing biopic. I can see it now
Right.
on Netflix. I'm signing up to
Hopefully
watch.
not Lifetime.
Oh yeah, we don't
No.
need that. Or VH1. That's
You know what? I would take VH1 over Lifetime, but yeah.
you would.
I mean, just
Okay.
a smidge. The wig might be just a little bit better.
Before we get into the that incredible project you just hinted at with Marvel, I want to go back a little bit more.
Yeah.
That's incredible too. Your journey. What kind of science? What kind of scientist?
So electron microscopy is what I used to do, and I know that sounds like really crazy, but we work with a very large microscope, and if you were to, we could see stuff on a ultra structural level. So DNA, RNA, just mitochondria, all of that. But basically, the doctor would be able to tell what is going on in your kidney, perhaps if you have lupus, be able to see those through the picture. So like image viruses and stuff. It was a fun job. It was just that the work environment was just pure hell.
So I'm curious about something.
Hmm.
How did you get into comics and pop culture? Was it the love of science? Because I know for me, growing up, it was comic books was almost I love science because it
Hmm.
was, and that's why I love Marvel because it was all this like pseudo science type stuff.
Yeah,
Was it the same for you?
it absolutely was. I think that's probably why Aliens is probably my favorite sci-fi franchise
Mm,
because of, I don't know, I just find the Xenomorphs fascinating and Weyland Yutani fascinating. So it was absolutely because of science that I got into comics. Because it's all, what was it? I think it was Spider-Man 2099.
mm.
Uh,
It's a
when
classic.
like when you could get comic books at the grocery store or whatever. And I remember, I don't remember what issue it was, but it was a lot of science stuff going on in it. And I was like, oh, let me add this to my little collection.
Mm. And then from there, it just grew and grew.
Well, yeah, well, even before then, actually, what got me into loving comics is it was West Coast Avengers, and you brought that up because it's one of
What?
my favorite runs. Yeah,
You know
like
about that
John
stuff.
Byrne is a problematic jerk, but his art and his writing sometimes, like, he hits. Like, I love sensational She-Hulk, and I probably shouldn't, but I love it. But anyway, the dialogue in the West Coast Avengers really reminded me of soap operas, and
Mm.
that was just something that I was like, okay, well, this is interesting. They got drama going on, and they're, saving the world at the same time. I can get into this.
Which I guess then brings us to one of the projects that gained you, I guess, the most recognition, Living Heroes. And I know for me, it was brought to my attention from one of our special correspondents, Antonio Palmeiras. I just like saying his name right now. And he has a segment on our show called Lit Pick, and he recommends different comic books. And he recommended one of your comics. I was like, what is this? Living Heroes? Huh. And then he broke down the whole thing. Tell us about that, how that came about, how it started, all that.
So, like, I'm usually watching TV and reading comics at the same time, which is like, how are you paying attention to both? Don't worry about it. I just do.
I'm a scientist.
So right around this time, I think Living Single had just became available to stream. So I think I was binging that and reading some Marvel comics or whatever. And I had just finished the Dark Phoenix saga or whatever. And I remember, like, yeah, I always loved the fact that Misty Knight was at one point Jean Grey's roommate. Like, what was that? Like, what was that life like? Like, can I get a couple issues based on that? And I thought, well, if Jean died again, who's helping her with rent? So I thought of her going and moving into like a brownstone that Storm and Monica were living in. They were in need of a roommate. And then because She-Hulk is a lawyer, it was like obvious, just make her Maxine. So from there, like, it was just supposed to be a one-off thing. I just wanted to tell the joke of Misty Knight needing a new roommate because Jean Grey died again. And then the next thing I knew, we did another one that was kind of based on Couples Court with Reed Richards, Sue, and Neymar. Because I don't know, like, I've always thought that little triangle or whatever it is was just interesting. And next thing I know, I was doing a Kickstarter for it.
We were making a joke last week about the gall of Neymar, who has no chill, zero chill, rolling up to Reed on a regular, being like, I'm trying to bag your chick.
But you know who Reed really actually should have been looking out for? Ben. Ben, yes, because I forgot the issue numbers, but it's in Fantastic Four. Reed Richards is gone because he's doing some other thing. And so Neymar is trying to creep up on Sue, and so is Ben. Like, Ben is waiting for Neymar to, like, get, put to the side or whatever so he can creep in and do his thing.
You know what this felt like just now? It felt like an episode of, like, what's it called? It's like one of those testimonies from Living Single. Not Living Single. Why am I drawing a blank? Real World. Real World, where they kind of like do the confessional type of thing.
Yeah.
It felt like that for a second. Yo, you need to be looking out for though. I'm trying to start trouble. Then that's.
But I mean, that's the energy that they were given. That's something a storyline that we would see. So I mean, I've always found that interesting that no one has really. I'm pretty sure people have paid attention to that, but like we don't talk about that more. I'm like, no, Ben was trying to slide in.
You gonna make me go back and find some material. But so you touched on it earlier. You mentioned jokingly that you were doing this series, a parody of Marvel characters, and you were praying that Marvel wouldn't sue you.
Yeah.
And your answer to that was, I'm going to a Kickstarter. What motivated you? Like, what was? Tell us about that.
So like I'm like, the only way that I can pay the artist what she is worth is to do a Kickstarter because I just can't afford that. And I was just like, well, let me just see what else is going on Kickstarter. So there was a indie game company that was making a Marvel board game or whatever, but it was unlicensed. So I'm like, well, they're at like 140,000 or something like that. And I'm like, well, if they have that up, then maybe my little book based on a Black sitcom that I'm pretty sure most of the folks at Marvel has not watched, and these characters that they usually relegate to like teams and don't pay that much attention to. Like if I would try to do this with Captain America, probably would have been a problem. But I picked Black and other brown characters to put into this book, and I was like, well, maybe that wouldn't really catch their attention. Maybe they'll leave me alone. So I was like, I would rather ask for forgiveness than to ask for permission. So just went ahead and did it. And like, I didn't say anything malicious. I love these characters, and it's just something that I wanted to, like, put together and show Black sisterhood in this way. So I'm happy that they let me rock and did not sue me. In fact, they hired me. So who knew that would happen?
Which is incredible. Congrats. People, please show some love in the room here. I don't know if y'all realize what happened. She just said that Marvel turned around and sought her out. They went after her and hired her to do a project. I want to see some hearts up in here. I also want y'all to know that you can send in the questions, and we're going to try to get them to Stephanie, because I see a question in here so far. I was about to say, y'all better show some love in here. Listen, shut this whole thing down. When you got the email or the phone call from the editor at Marvel, what was the feeling? What was it? Did you think it was real? You thought you was being punked?
No, so like what I thought was, it was an editor from the entertainment side asking me, hey, do you want to write about such and such? Because I gotten emails like that before.
Okay.
So I was originally thinking of that, because in the title was like, want to write for Marvel. So I'm like, okay, what y'all want me to write? Because let me know what the pitch is so I can start my research. So I'm reading through the email, and then it finally dawns on me, like, no, girl, they're asking you to, like, do you want to be in this book? Like, do you want to write a comic story and be in this book? And I think I dropped my phone in between the seats because I was in the car, parked safely. And I had to read it several times because, one, they brought up a piece that I had wrote for Fangirls detailing the best butts between the 80s and the 90s, or just some silly, goofy thing like that.
Yeah.
That was in there. And then they mentioned Parenthood Activate. They also mentioned Living Heroes. I was like, oh, so they know. Well, of course they know, but they mentioned that and how much they loved it and the energy of Parenthood Activate and Living Heroes, and asked me, hey, do you want to do that thing officially? And of course.
Yeah. So tell us about it. What is the project? Because I know it's coming out soon, right?
So it is Marvel Voices Legacy #1. It's a collection of, so similar to Marvel Voices that came out last year this time. So it's an anthology. It's a series. I think there are a total of 5 writers, including myself. Could be lying, but I think that's how many it is. And it's just celebrating these characters, through our lens, and just, telling a cute little story, or for me, a cute little 2-page story. And they, no, I was going to say, like, they said, hey, pick whoever you want to pick. And immediately I was like, Monica Rambeau. Why wouldn't I? Because I'm like, between her, Storm, and Misty Knight, I was like, let me just give Monica some love.
So they did give you some kind of direction? They said, okay, did they say what kind of story? Like, what kind of characters? Nothing?
No, none of that. They just said, like, yeah, do your thing. You have 2 pages, so do your thing. And I did. So,
that's what's up.
Yeah.
Yo, did they give you a artist, or did you have to pick your own artist or something?
No, they gave an artist that I had no idea. So I didn't find out until after the fact. And it was Natasha Bustos, who I love because I love Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. Like, I love that run that she was on. And I was kind of floored because when I wrote my script, like, I had her in mind. Like, her art style. Yeah, like her art style. I just love it because it gives this animated feel to the comic. But also, like, it's vibrant. Well, of course, the colors, I know she doesn't do them. I forgot the name of the colorist, but they make it look so vibrant. And like, the slice of life scenes are great, but the action scenes are great too. So I just love her art style. I could fangirl about her.
Love how that universe is coming together, yo. That's what's up. So
and I didn't know.
So I'm curious. So writing a 2-page story, of course, different from the full length stories that you were doing. Was there any real challenge with adapting to a 2-page story?
No, because I've been training for that all my life. Because Parenthood Activate and But What Up though are usually just 1 page. So I was like, I get an extra page to pack as many jokes and stuff into as I can. So
and I apologize. I meant to ask you about that first, and then leave this. So going back real quick, tell us a little bit about your 2 first series. Like, what was the thinking behind the concept? How did you come up with it, and the format?
So for Parenthood Activate, that came because I was like share stories every now and again about like some stuff that my son would do or just parenting in general, like those would go viral. So I thought, well, if those go viral, then they probably would make decent stories to tell in webcomic form. So it's very much that. It's like I don't know, like just me, my parental diary or whatever that I'm sharing with the world for the most part. So that's that. And then, but What If Though is like this, I think of it as like a sketch comedy show for comic characters or whatever. So just me doing the whole parody thing with these characters. Sometimes it's from movies. So like Terminator, I had one with Sarah Connor in it.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, like just having fun with stuff that I normally would have tweeted about and just being wise about it and like actually making a webcomic. Because like tweets are fun. They
Yeah.
are. But like it's harder to put some tweets on a resume versus, hey, this is my webcomic.
Yeah.
Please look at these jokes and these story ideas.
Listen, I'm just so you know, I'm taking notes, right? I'm taking a brain on some stuff. Like this is for the audience, but this is also for me. I want to make sure that I mention once again, we're here for you. You can mention, you can ask Stephanie anything. You can send it direct to me. I'm going to try to um, hit you with one else, Steph. So my boy Mohz, our co-host with the Mohz, he says, "What's your favorite story to write?" So I guess your favorite kind of story to write.
Um, You know what? Romance. Y'all just haven't seen it, just hasn't seen the light of day. No one has seen it yet.
Okay.
But that is my favorite. Like second to comics, I am all over romance novels. Like my whole like little Nook library is like 97% romance novels and maybe 3% sci-fi.
So, are you planning on doing like a
Yes.
prose novel
Hmm.
stasis? Okay.
Yeah. Well, no, actually, there is a comic that I would like to do,
Mm-hmm.
based off of A. Marie's All I Have album. Like I just every time I
Mm.
listen to that album, I can just like visualize the story. So I finally decided to put some words to it in comic form. So almost done with it. I have an artist in mind, so we'll
Mm-hmm.
see.
Okay, that's what's up. Well, listen, the way you're moving, I know it's going to come to fruition. So I'm not even worried about that. Okay, we got another question in here. Oh boy, Ramalik. Hey, what's up, man? He asks, is writing for Marvel usually based on them reaching out to writers? Is writing for Marvel usually based on them reaching out to writers? Do you know?
No, I know some folks who have pitched to them, but they've gotten in touch with editors or something like that, or someone has introduced them. So it's not always just them reaching out to you. Sometimes you're able to reach out to them.
Okay, okay. We got a question in here from our boy Ron, Art of Ron. He asks, what do you think is the key to good slice of life content?
Relatability. So
Okay.
whatever, so don't think too hard about it. If it's something that you can think of yourself doing or someone else, then odds are other people will and they'll connect to that story.
Mm. The thing for me, I'm curious about if you could
Mhm.
go back, would you try to reach out to Marvel sooner, or are you saying, or are you comfortable with the way it's proceeding?
I'm actually comfortable with the way that it's proceeded.
Okay.
Because to me that says, hey, we've been paying attention to you, and if we're bringing you in, then we're probably not going to have you change your voice. I mean, they could
Mm,
still, I mean, not saying that it couldn't happen, but to me,
right.
I'm like, if you're reaching out to me, then you're seeking what it is that I have. So then me having to deal with you trying to change what I'm saying is, I would hope, would be slim to none. And actually, it didn't happen for this story, so I would like to hope to believe that that's real.
Yeah. No, I know that there's all kind of different advice and stuff out there, and everybody has their own path, right?
Hmm.
But I've heard some people say the key to actually breaking into the industry is just do your own. Would you recommend somebody follow your path and just, work on their own thing and then see what happens? Or would you say, you know what, you should go for it?
Honestly, I mean, whatever you feel is the best for you.
Okay.
Um, so because there is no one path, right?
Mm,
So, if you feel more comfortable, doing your own thing, then do that. Like you'll find the audience will find you.
yeah.
So or if you have a story that you want to pitch directly to whatever the entity, I mean, whatever the company is, then do that too. It's like, it's your path. So make it whatever it's going to be. So whatever you got to do.
Mm-hmm. But boy, Pirate Monkey 76, he asks, would you like to do a full story run? So I'm guessing that means like just
I would love to do like a honestly like a 12 issue type situation. Give me 2 arcs in that. I would love to do a one shot. Actually, I'm going to be pitching a one shot to Marvel to see if I can get some stuff with Monica Rambeau going. They got the Alien franchise there down. So I'm not saying so I don't know. Maybe they'll bite on it. I hope that they do. But yes, I would love to do a series. I mean, hell, if I had the money, I would like Living Hero season 2 would be a thing right now.
So is it? Because I mean, you already did
the only reason, we're just waiting for schedules and stuff to align. But we definitely plan on doing the Living Hero season 2. Like that is happening. There were stories that just didn't make the cut because we didn't have enough in the budget to make it a whole 50-page thing. Because if I could have, I would have. But yes, there will be a Living Hero season 2, 3, whatever. Hell, maybe somebody will have enough sense to give me a show, an animated show, because I would love to see that comic in animation form. Like that's the way I wrote it.
I don't know if you see all the love that you're getting.
I see it's going crazy.
And shout out to our girl, I Am Summer Willow. You got to read what she just dropped there for you. That's beautiful. While you do that, I got a question for you to contemplate.
Thank you.
What? Yes.
No, hey, I was listening to a lot of R&B music while making that.
So a lot of people may say, "Oh, your rise to stardom, right? Meteoric is, overnight. It's crazy, but you've been putting in the work." You know what I mean? A lot of people don't see the behind the scenes. They don't see the big iceberg, right? So my question to you is, along the journey, have you faced any hardship setbacks as a writer and as a Nubian woman and Black for people?
Yeah. So and somebody asked about the Braxton comics, so I will answer that in this answer.
Okay.
So I used to do a podcast called Misty Night's Uninformed Afro, and it had gotten to the point where we had gotten invited to.
Wait, hold on. Tell me that name again.
Misty Night's Uninformed Afro. This was based on there was a reason for it because I don't know, like I had tweeted something out about Black women not having their own superhero movies or TV shows, and like a bunch of people that day told me about what Tyler Perry was doing. I'm like, Scandal is not what. I mean, I know Olivia Pope be doing some super stuff, but that's not what I asked for. And like people kept bringing up Catwoman. I'm just like, okay, but one, she's an anti-hero, and two, I do on the low like that movie now, so I won't. Listen, it's campy. The camera said roll, and Holly said okay, and I don't know, just.
We ain't gonna judge.
We don't judge because I used to hate that movie, but I've learned to like it. But anyway, shit, what was I saying? And they were just going on and on and on. So we decided to do the podcast, me and another woman or whatever, and it was talking about these Black superheroes and like doing like a deep dive on them, so like an academic approach to it. And that ended abruptly, terribly. So. From there, no, it's okay. So from there, that's actually what got me into writing, because I'm like, I got all this research, but I don't feel like I don't want to start a podcast again, and maybe I should just try just writing. It's already written out, so let me just put my perspective on it. So that's how I got into writing for Sci-Fi Fangirls, and then of course, work was a hardship in itself. I was still working a 9 to 5, and I'm a mom too, so.
Salute.
That in itself is demanding or whatever, but thankfully I have a husband who is very just much I mean, most of the time it's him looking for me lately. Like, hey, we haven't seen you in a little bit. I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm in here writing. But
Listen, I see what you want to do, the romance. This is beautiful, people.
so but no, but like he's a huge help because I wouldn't be able to get half the stuff I get done if he wasn't here to help. So it's been that, and then Fangirls got shut down. And
Oh,
I was like, where am I going to write for now? Not that I couldn't pitch anywhere else, but where
right.
am I going to write for now? And thankfully, a website called What to Watch was paying attention to what I was doing, so now I'm working full time for them.
What?
So it's been
Okay.
it's been an uphill battle. I mean, you know, things happening where I've had to pivot and do something else from podcasting to writing. And then the Braxton comic that I co-wrote with Valerie Complex, we had a Kickstarter for that. It was going to be a graphic novel. So Braxton was based on a queer Black woman who was a single mother. She had special abilities and she was trying to keep her son safe. So we had a Kickstarter for it and it failed. And that sucked. But it was in that feeling, I was just like, you know what? I really want my my words out there. So what's a cheaper way for me to make comics? And web comics was that way.
Mm.
Because I'm like,
And
one page. That's,
yeah,
you know, so you can pay the artist what the artist is worth. I'm like, I can't afford 22 pages, but I can afford one page.
and it's still going, right? Your web comments are going.
Yeah, both of them are still going.
And would you bring back Braxton in that format?
No, so Braxton is with Make Comics, and the founder and creator of Make, Gray Williams. We've been in conversation because we would love to bring Braxton, like actually go forth with that book. So we're trying to figure out how to do that.
This is the thing. I think life is amazing because I can see it happening where once you like really start flexing on them, when the Marvel story drops, and I can imagine people just throwing stuff at you and throwing money at you to get rats and whatever other ideas out
I
there.
would
So I
hope
don't see it as
so.
a problem.
You know, what I was
Mm,
gonna say real quick, because the thing is that it was never a thing for like validation. Like I was gonna still be writing comics regardless of Marvel or DC or any of the Image, Dark Horse paid attention to me. Like it was
that's
never
just,
about them. It was
yeah.
about wanting to create things that one I wanted to see. Because what did Toni Morrison say? If there is a book out there that you want to exist, you must be the one to make it. And I took
Mm,
that to heart. I've always taken that to heart. And that's what I wanted to do. So even if Marvel would have never came knocking, then you know, whatever. Like I'm making stuff that I enjoy, and thankfully other people enjoy too. Like when I made Living Heroes, I had Black women in mind because I'm like, there's just no way that Misty Knight should still have the same hairstyle for all these years. So in every single story, we're gonna give her a different one. So just stuff like that.
Yo, I love that. And I love the words of wisdom too, because so many people think that it is about chasing that clout or it is about the accolades and stuff. And you hear people who are truly happy say, yo, like do this for yourself. So thank you for saying that. So your plate already seems super full. What is next? What's going on with Stephanie Williams?
So I have a horror comic that I'm working on because horror is another thing that I love. And I'm working on that with an artist that has actually worked on But What If Though. That's Taylor Goff. And so we're working on that. So hopefully that'll be either kickstarted or if I can afford to just make it myself, then I will.
Mm-hmm.
And other stuff I have going on I can't talk about, but it'll be
Okay.
cool stuff.
All right.
I wish
So
I could talk about it, but I can't.
well, that just means we got to have you come back on the show. So that ain't a problem.
Yes.
So, tell us then. You always like to tell you with the topic. Who are some of your favorite writers?
So Dwayne McDuffie is definitely one.
Yes, yes.
And, ooh, I don't know, I'm catching heat for this, but John Byrne, and I know I'm trash for that, but I don't know, like he's just written mess that I unfortunately enjoy. Vita Ayala, Danny Lore, those are two newer writers that are killing it actually at Marvel and DC respectively.
Mhm.
Regine Sawyer. Again, like I wouldn't even be writing comics if I hadn't read her like Eating Vampires. Like Regine is so dope. Jack Kirby, because I love Mr. Miracle and Big Barda. You want to talk about romance and comics? That is that. Right there.
Last week we had the discussion for the episode was favorite couples, and that is, I can't remember if somebody mentioned it, but that's up there on that list for me too, Miss
Oh,
America.
that is like at the top. Tom Taylor is somebody else that I really enjoy. Like I loved X-Men Red, and if you haven't read Deceased, those are some good books. Like he had me feeling feelings for Batman getting got. Like I was like, oh no, not Bruce. Yeah, and I don't even mess with Batman like that. Of course, Chris Claremont. Always and forever. Like I even like X-Men Extreme. So
Ooh, I remember that.
Yeah,
That
it's
was
something. Yeah, I know. Jonathan Hickman, Tina Howard. So I could like go on. Kelly Sue DeConnick. Like I can go on all day. But
so if Marvel had to come right now and say, listen, this right here is some of the greatest we've ever seen. We need you to pick a character. Who are you picking besides Monica?
Oh, because you was getting ready to say Monica Rambeau. You know who I'm picking? I'm picking Strong Guy. I know, random,
Did
right?
not see that coming.
But I have like a story about him running this cruise ship that is like the Time Joyner morning show cruise, because I just kind of feel like Strong Guy, he would do a Krakoan morning cruise. I want to write it. That would be my pick. Of
That's
course, some other
hilarious.
action and things would be going on, but like I would love to write a Strong Guy comic. And I know it's random, but next to that would have been Beast and Wonder Man, like a kind of buddy team up, because they've always been like, I don't know, like see these best friends or whatever, that like to go to the clubs, do whatever they do, and I would love to write that.
Listen, it's going to happen. I can see it. So I know that you're a busy woman. I told you the time is going to fly.
Yeah,
I feel like I got 100 more questions to ask you. But I'm going to let you get out of here so you can get back to writing.
It's okay. No, I'm about to get back to laying on this bed.
Recover. Yes.
Yes.
Before you go, though, not to hold you up anymore. Every week on the show, we normally do a little trivia. And folks, you are blessed this week. Blessed, I tell you, because Stephanie has agreed for our 4 winners to drop some living heroes on them. Okay. Now, of course, we got a huge overseas contingent as well, and it is Instagram. So if you are overseas and you win, you get a PDF, right? You get a digital copy. But if you're
I'm sorry, now I would, if I could send it to y'all, I would. But Brexit already has England all jacked up, and I'm like, I gotta pay an extra what? To send what? Yeah.
And the budget here at Xion is non-existent. All right, it's rough. But yeah, if you're here in the States, we're gonna hook you up with a physical copy, or Steph is gonna hook you up with a physical copy. So I'm gonna ask you 2 questions. All right, each question you get 2 winners. You get you just have to be the first two people to put your answers in the comments. It's that simple. All right, the first 2 people in there, you win. So I like to make it about the discussion. I like to make it about the writer and stuff we talk about, and it is done so that we can promote people, we can encourage people to be here at the start of the interviews. Don't come in at the end just for the trivia, trying to win a contest, all right? You got to be here for the whole thing. And also, if you won last week, you can't win this week, all right? I got my list. I got everybody who won last week, so just a little disclaimer. Now, your first question, no, this isn't for you, Steph. The audience.
Okay, all right.
The first question,
ready.
We talked about your book, Living Heroes, and that is based in part a parody of Living Single, correct? Now, who can tell me the name of the magazine company Queen Latifah had? In Living Single, Queen Latifah had a magazine company. Who can tell me the name of the magazine? First 2 people, you win. Is that easy? Let's go. I want to see who we got here. I want to see who's really in that class. Because Steph, you called some. I didn't think you would know who A. Marie is. You talked about Living Single. I'm just saying.
Listen, all I have gets played twice a week, all the way through. It's just such the perfect album to me of falling in love, being in love, and then ultimately falling out of it. It's just, I don't know, like I just love that album.
I'm like,
Like
yo,
her and who was it? Rich. I forgot his last name, but like they made such an amazing like duo or whatever when it came to singer and producer, and I was like, oh, why couldn't we get more from y'all?
listen, it's the baby face. I was like, yeah, this girl's like 16. What she know about
No.
81? What the hell? All right, so we're looking for the answers. The answer for the first question is who can tell us the name of the magazine of Queen Latifah's magazine from the 90s sitcom Living Single. Come on now. Don't play with
There we
me.
go.
We
Yep, we got it. We
bam,
got the two.
that's it right there. We got it. Cause I was beginning to wonder for a second, like, what? What? Come on, y'all. So our two winners, Umi K. Marie and my boy Reflex. Bam. Still, I love that name. All right, you still got a chance. Don't worry, peoples. We still got another opportunity. We got one more question for you. Stephanie mentioned one of her favorite sci-fi franchises. She mentioned it a few times in the interview. Who can tell us the name of Stephanie's favorite sci-fi franchise? I feel like, should we give them a hint? Should we give them a hint?
We
I don't know if it's too. I'm
should.
going to wait and see
Okay.
if they
We'll
get
give
it
them a little bit.
in the first 30 seconds, and then I'll give you a little hint if you need it, if you need a clue. You know what I mean? But that's why
Pirate
you got to
Monkey
pay
got
attention.
it. Got one.
Oh, okay. All right. Let's see if anybody going to join my boy Pirate Monkeys.
Yep.
Mm.
Fabian got it. We got our two.
Oh, we got another two. Yo, congrats to all winners of the Xion trivia for this week. Shout out to Stephanie for blessing us with the gift, the Living Heroes PDFs for the people who are overseas. And I'll get the names and all that stuff to you, Steph. But
All right.
before we get out of here, Steph, tell us where they could find you and any other thing that you want to hit us with.
So you can follow me on Twitter if you're not. It's the same handle over there as it is here. And then my website finally got one up after getting yelled at. It is whystuff.com, and that's WHYSTEPH.com.
Okay, what's Steph?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us, Steph. We
Yeah, thank
appreciate
you.
you. Feel better. And
Thank
oh
you.
wait, when does the Marvel book drop?
This Wednesday, the
This
24th. Yep, this Wednesday. It came quick, right?
Yo, that's what I'm talking about. I'm going to need to connect with you. I need my signed copy. All right,
I
I
got
want to
you.
frame it and put that up. So we'll
Well,
be in
thank you
touch.
so much.
No problem. Enjoy the rest of your night. All right.
All right, bye.
Peace. Oh, peoples, how you feeling? Huh? What? We give it nothing but the amazing guests here. That's what we're doing. All right. We giving you those. We giving you the guests on the Xion Show. We bringing that heat for y'all. Thank you for Stephanie for coming on. We're gonna keep it moving because I don't want to get yelled at for time. You know how the behind the scenes people treat me. We got more show for y'all, more segments. We are about to move into our next segment with my man Seth Dulcie. One of your favorite segments in other news. Seth, are you in the building? Seth, what's going on? I'm going to send out the request. Come on in, sir. Come on in. Seth Dulcie. There you go. Boom. Boom. The request is sent. All right. Wait, there we go. Send request. All right. This is a part of the show where we give you some pop culture news, comic book news from across the globe with the little Xion twist to it. So, Seth, if you are in the building, the floor is yours. Come on in, my brother from another. Good vibes only. That's what I'm hoping. Good vibes. Seth Dulcie.
Shawn, Alleyne. You son of a bitch, I mean.
There it is. There it is.
In
There it
other
is.
news, brother, in other news,
Mm-hmm.
Aquaman in the news again.
Okay.
The long-awaited Aquaman, King of the Atlantis animated show, will be aired on HBO Max. Reports are saying that the animation style can only be described as a cartoon version of mumble rap. I like mumble rap, I can't wait for it to be over.
I feel it.
Shawn, this is terrible. This artwork is terrible. It looks like if Rick and Morty's animation style had sex with Thundercats Roar, and the baby, I had a baby and the baby was premature, then it died.
Good God.
It's terrible.
That's a little graphic, man. Guess you don't like it. Guess you don't like it.
I don't think nobody likes it. And they think the boy that did it didn't like it either. But that's what they did it. Because they didn't like it.
Right. Okay. All right.
Other news. The pages of Fantastic Four, issue 52, Doom is coming. Well, he's down the earth is. Yes, folks. Dr. Doom, the misunderstood villain. The iron-blooded burnt victim.
Okay.
The man who's the dick in dictator.
Wow.
Is making young lady on this woman.
Mm.
Someone tells her when in there, it's actually Doomsday. You see what he did there, Shawn? Look at this. Look at this. Look at this.
I see, and I don't like it.
Look at this.
You got too much time on your hands.
Yeah.
All right.
In other news, reports are saying that Doctor Strange 2 into the Multiverse of Madness will set the stage for the Illuminati. All right? Okay. The likes of Neymar, SpongeBob's neighbor and frequent borrower of sea salt. Reed Richards, the part-time model for Jeans. And my bald brother, Charles Xavier, the practice dummy for Gillette razors. Will become the screen near you. It says sources say that Donald Trump, free of his impeachment charges, will join the Illuminati. Nowadays complete.
That's not fun. That's not right. That's not right. I don't like it.
That's what the news says, man. That's what the news says. In other news, fans are already clamoring for the second installment of Matt Reeves' The Batman. Although the movie is still a ways out, sources are saying that the fans are petitioning for Johnny Depp to play the Joker in the sequel.
That's different.
That's if it's successful, right? But I was wondering, Shawn, if Johnny Depp will be fully recovered from his surgery.
Johnny Depp? You said if he'd be recovering from his surgery? What surgery?
Yeah. Yeah, it seems like he has the removal of Tim Burton's hand that stuck in his rectum.
Yeah. We try to say it. We try to say he's a
Tim Burton is like his hand is so far up Johnny Depp's butt that Burton could brush Johnny Depp's teeth from the inside. That's get all the.
Trying to say the man's a puppet or something. They like working together. What's the problem?
The man's a puppet. The man's a puppet. You don't think so?
I don't want to comment on that. I don't want to comment. I forgot to do a disclaimer before you came on. So continue.
Oh God. Disclaimer and everybody's saying it first. Yeah. In other news, and further Batman news now.
Okay.
Rumors are saying, they are circulating that Robert Pattinson, the all new Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah. Formerly the Twilight Disco Ball, because he used to glisten in the night, glisten in the day when he's like a. That's so weird. Right. Was found not laying out the law, but laying down the pipe. Yes, true believers. Pattinson was allegedly found by Matt Reeves, the director of the Batman movie, having sex on the Batmobile with co-star Zoe Travis.
Good God.
I don't know why nobody's surprised. I don't know people are surprised about this.
I
don't see the reason why. Because doesn't Batman usually use the Batmobile to get in the caves? So if he's having sex on the Batmobile,
stop.
Seems really cool to me.
Stop. No.
Yeah, all right. Xion Alleyne.
Yes.
Are you there?
I'm here. I'm a little appalled, but I'm here.
About
feel good about life? No, you're still there. Oh, there he is. if y'all remember at the beginning of the show, I did a disclaimer, right? I said the views expressed by me and Mohz and our correspondents do not reflect Xion as a whole. I'm going to say again before Seth's segment. I just got to remember. Please forgive him. We're moving on, people. Thank you, Seth, for in other news. This is the part where we would normally go into Lit Pit, which is our correspondent Antonio Palmeiras' section. But Antonio has to work, so he can't join us tonight. So I'm actually going to bring my boy Mohz back on, and I'm going to continue with the segment, though. Antonio was able to send me his picks, and I'm going to share those in a few. Mohz, all right, boom. Just send a request over there. In other news, we're going to be continuing with our lit pick. All right, don't encourage him. Stop it. You done? Let's go. So. Yes, sir.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
You good now? You done? All right. Let's continue here. All right. Let's try to have some class. I feel like I used to feel like I was a boy that would say the uncouth things, and you would have these reactions. And no, Seth, just, you know what I mean? Just disgusting. Just disturbing.
It's right. Disturbing, but funny as hell, but at the same time, but anyway.
All right. So, Antonio, like I said, Antonio is not able to join us. He did send in some of his picks for this week. I'm going to read them here right now. Mohz, some of these sound good as hell. All right. So I think this is another winner for Antonio. So the first pick he sent us is a comic book called Something is Killing the Children. This is from Boom Studios, and it features the writer James Tynion the Fourth. James Tynion the Fourth, a writer on Justice League, Batman Detective Comics. He's a GLAAD award-winning writer. He teams up with artist Werther Del Idera, who drew Briggs Land. This is an all-new limited series about staring into the abyss to find your worst fears staring back. Ooh. When the children of Archer's Peak begin to go missing, everything seems hopeless. Most children never return, but the ones that do have terrible stories, impossible stories of terrifying creatures that live in the shadows. Their only hope of finding and eliminating the threat is the arrival of a mysterious stranger, one who believes the children and claims to see what they can see. Her name is Erica Slaughter. Not subtle. Her name is Erica Slaughter. She kills monsters. That is all she does, and she bears the cost because it must be done. What do you think, Mohz? Sound intriguing? Feel that?
Right up my alley.
Okay.
Definitely, you know what it is for me, and when it comes to like tales of suspense and horror and that sort of things, for me, like things that I'm working on currently that's just clearly right there.
Okay. All right.
I'd love to actually see and read more about this, because when is there a link or something that he had probably sent to us, or
no link. I am going to post it up on the Xion page tomorrow, but this one was called Something is Killing the Children. So the next book on the list, this is called Philadelphia. This is from Image Comics, and the first story art is called Sins of the Father. This features the show-stopping talents of Spawn series artist Jason Shawn Alexander. I love that middle name. There's something about it. Jason Shawn Alexander, and the writer behind such hit shows as Wu-Tang, an American Saga, Marvel's Runaways, and stars American Gods Rodney Barnes. I also should note that Rodney Barnes is a brother, right on. When a small town beat cop comes home to bury his murdered father, the revered Philadelphia detective James Sangster Sr., he begins to unravel a mystery that leads him down a path of horrors that will shake his beliefs to the core. The city that was once the symbol of liberty and freedom has fallen prey to corruption, poverty, unemployment, brutality, and vampires. Ooh. Let me tell you something. As a person who lives in Philadelphia, as a person who lives in Philadelphia, those first four things alone is terrible. Corruption, poverty, unemployment, and brutality. Lean throw vampires into the midst. Good God.
Okay, so to help y'all in the chat with that, I have just found a link to that comic. So I'll definitely, when this finished, I'll probably post it. Matter of fact, tell with it. I'm gonna do it right now.
I happened to pick up the this book. I actually have the first 4 issues, the trade. I like it, and the art is definitely fits the story. It's spooky, great. I love it. Moving on. This next book on Antonio's list is called "We Only Find Them When They're Dead." Ooh, this is also from Boom Studios. Is a new sci-fi epic from Alleyne, the writer of Immortal Hulk, and Simone DeMille. Apologies for messing up the names. The artist on Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, with color assistance by Mariasara Miotti and letters by and world design. It's a story about one man's unrelenting quest throughout space to discover the truth, no matter where it takes him. This is available in stores September. It came out last year. It came out in September. So the story says Captain Malik and the crew of the Vihan 2 harvest resources from the giant corpses of alien gods found on the edge of human space. While other autopsy ships race to salvage the meat, minerals, and metals that sustain the human race, Malik sees an opportunity to finally break free from this system by being the first to find a living god. But Malik's obsession with the gods will push his crew into danger at the darkest reaches of space unless the rogue agent on their trail can stop them first. We only find them when they're dead. What do you think, fam?
Interesting. Hella interesting.
Let me tell you something. This is the first time I ever heard about this comic book. I am sold. That concept alone, I'm there for it. And I happened to check out some of the artwork. The preview, the pages look amazing. So Antonio hasn't let us wrong so far. Every week he brings the heat. And the last book on his pull list for his lit pick is a book that I think we've discussed on here before. I know that this is a favorite of our long-standing one of our frequent viewers, Mikey. Excellence, from the imprint of Image Skybound, by Brandon Lewis and Kari Randolph. Spencer Dales was born into a world of magic. His father belongs to the Igus, a secret society of black magicians ordered by their unseen masters to better the lives of others, those with greater potential, but never themselves. Now it's time for Spencer to follow in his father's footsteps, but all he sees is a broken system in need of someone with the wand and the will to change it. But in this fight for a better future, who will stand beside him? Kahari Randolph, the artist on We Are Robin, Noble, Black, Tech Jacket, and Brandon Thomas, the writer on Horizon, The Many Adventures of Miranda Mercury, Noble, Voltron, to name a few, ignite a generational war in this action fantasy series made entirely by creators of color and committed to one truth above all others. Excellence is real. Oh, yeah. What do you think, fam?
Yep.
You feeling it? I've never read it. I've heard good things about it. I could definitely see it as a movie. I think it seems like Kahari modeled the main character after my boy I drawn a blank today for some reason though. Killmonger, Michael B. Jordan.
He did. He
So
actually did.
yeah, I can see this as a movie for real. So there you have it. Antonio Palmeris's lick pick. Antonio,
Yep.
hope that you're having a good time at work tonight, and it'll be over soon. And you'll be back. Hopefully, you'll be back next week with us. Moving on, and I'll post these all on the page by tomorrow too. So, if not by Tuesday.
And for those who are in the chat, I actually found the links to some of these sites that I usually get my comics from. I just posted like 3 of them already, so you can just go and check it out when you can. So yeah.
Okay. So while we out here giving the spotlight away to people, and this is a segment. This is Creator Spotlight, and this is where me and Mohz, we shout out 2 people that we really like. It could be artist, writer, comic book company, whatever. These are just 2 people or 2 groups, whatever have you, that we think deserve some more attention. I'm gonna drop mine first, and then have Mohz drop his. The first person on my Creator Spotlight is going out to my boy, and I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right. Bitsaki. I want to say it is Bitsaki. My boy Henry, fellow Philadelphian. Although now he moved, he's on kind of on the outskirts of Philly. But shout out to Henry and the Grounds Up crew, one of the crews from way back when I was getting into this comic book world that I was rocking with. Really amazing guys. Some of the first people that was coming out to the Xion meetings. So definitely want to shout out Henry and the Grounds Up crew. And shout out to his wife too. She's an amazing person, amazing artist, and I believe that they just got engaged or married. So, shout out to them. The other person that I want to give a shout out to is, I'm not sure if I'm going to be saying his name right. Boom. I'm not even going to attempt to butcher it. I'm going to say no, I'm not going to do it. But I just posted it right there. Love his work. I can't remember if I spotlighted him before, but y'all definitely go check him out. REIDESART. For those of you, I just remember who may be watching this later on. The first person I shouted out was Bitsaki, BIT_SAKE. And the second person is REIDESART. Check him out. Mohz, who you got?
Well, usually I got stuff that I like to see of other guys who do stuff. Is one of our residents, and he's your guy, and he's my guy also, Mr. Siri. Reflex. That's one of my
shout out to Reflex. Good on Reflex.
It's all good. Y'all go and check him out. And
for those of you who are watching this afterwards, that's REE.PHLEX.
Yes, that. Also, I think it probably did, but since again it's not, for those who probably missed him. I'm gonna shout out this other guy on NGArt7. That's NGART7. That's for those who may not see, but you're watching this on other platforms, is YouTube and stuff. His art is amazing, so go check those guys out, because they show us some love. We show them some love the same way. So check them out.
And I will also be posting this on the page during the week. So we want to make sure that you are kept up to date with all the creator spotlights on it. So don't worry, we're going to take care of you. All right?
Yeah.
So moving on, let me just write this down real quick here. And boom. Moving on to our next segment. We have our How Does It Look? How Was It? This is a segment where me and Mohz, we talk about something that we saw, and we give our review of it, a trailer in the How Does It Look? And in the How Was It? We talk about something that we actually did see fully, and that is going to be last week's episode of WandaVision. All right, we're going to talk about it till the end. So that's just what it is. So in our How Does It Look part, We're talking about the Red Band Triller for Mortal Kombat. Sorry. Mortal Kombat.
It's not something. Come on, no.
Come on. You gotta do it. I lived
for
that. What was that, 1993 or something? Mortal Kombat. That's my shit. Mohz, what do you think? What do you think? How do you feel? How you feeling, Triller? How's it look?
Well,
how does
let's say this much. It looks way better than that shit storm that we had before.
Okay. All right. Okay. That's how you started off. So that's a plus. You're giving that a plus. It looks better, but what do you think about it?
Looks better. However, I'm just saying that I'm hoping that the plot is better, everything works this way, because there were a few fun films about it before. I think one with Michael J. White, it was a short film with that was excellent. So I'm hoping that there is somewhere that they can replicate some of that into this movie and not let Hollywood dictate what it's supposed to be, because you know how I feel about Hollywood doing stuff and just like, oh well, we don't think that should be acceptable. Let's just put it like that.
Yeah. Okay. For me, I saw the trailer. This look good as hell.
Cool.
This look good as hell.
Cool. Listen, you know what's really, you know what's really. Hey, calm down. Hey, wait.
It looks so good.
Wait. Hello.
I need it.
Okay, all right, cool.
Mohz, I'm hyped. I'm ready. I'm there. Put me in the front seat. COVID be damned. I don't care. I want it. This is a good one.
Listen to me. You know what's the real reason I wanted to go and see it?
Talk to me.
Hanzo, aka Scorpion.
Okay. All right.
Like how he came out, how he came out and just start murdering men with the rope, and just like throwing this spike, throwing this. Like,
okay. Okay. Mortal Kombat. That's what got me so hyped, Chrome. That's what got me so hyped. Mortal Kombat. Okay?
Yeah.
I see my boy Sub-Zero freezing my boy Jack's arms off. I see my Bano here with you.
I think that was best. I think that was the best thing you could do.
It's brutal.
It makes sense.
It makes sense. In play. I love it. All right? My boy Luke Kang. Come on, man. What?
Yes.
I am there for this.
I'm here for it too.
I'm going to be so disappointed if this is not good, sir. I'm going to be hurt.
You know, if it's bad, if it's terrible, you know exactly where it's going. Because if it have me this type, I don't care what it is or what's gonna happen. If you are a let down and I give you a 9 out of 10 and it's that bad, 10 being extremely bad, you know exactly where you're going. To the Father. So
that's what we gotta do.
So please be great.
And right here in the comments, people, I seen the love. It seems like y'all feel like me. Y'all feel like Mohz. All right, we loving it. Okay, we want to be. It seems like y'all loving it. Except we got a couple of haters. You know, just what's going on? Justin here talking about it's gonna suck. Come on,
just leave it out, right? Just
come on, man. Just because you can't grow here, why you gotta be angry? Don't be angry with the world. You know what I mean? Tracy in here, he angry. He angry because if he was in Mortal Kombat and his animality would be a sloth. He would turn into a bag of oatmeal. That's what he would do. Yeah, Tracy, I said it. All right. So don't start with me. Don't start with me. I feel as though it has the grittiness of the Michael J. White picture. What I like about it, right? It has that realism, that grittiness of that. It seems like they did a better job of balancing the otherworldliness and the powers and all that other stuff with the grittiness. So I'm looking forward to it. We'll see what happens. But we're gonna move on because I was getting hurt there for a second.
You go. We can talk all night.
All right. So the second part of it, of our "How Does It Look? How Was It?" segment, is the "How Was It?" where we're going to be talking about what? WandaVision. WandaVision right now, the thing that is keeping, that makes everybody hate the words "please stand by." I think everybody collectively hates seeing those words. This is the thing that's been drawing us in every week. Marvel done did it again. Marvel, the life-size Mickey Mouse tattoo is coming. I'm trying to tell you, I'm getting it right here on my back. It's happening. I'm going to do it. You have my soul, Disney. I wasn't using it for much. We're not going to get into too much of the spoilers for the people who did not catch the last episode. We're going to talk about the previous episode, about last week's episode, a little bit. Mohz, what did you think of this last episode overall? Right now, no details. What did you think, and how did it stack up to last week's episode?
Honestly, right, for those who knew it was coming, I think it was a bit of a step down, because to me the reveal wasn't that grandiose as it would, because every reveal, every single time, every episode, we were like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So this one for me, it was like okay, all right, well, yeah, maybe, but to stack up to last week, hell no. You know what I'm saying? Last week it was lit, because we had, and this is where we go into spoiler territory. So if you haven't watched it by now, I'm sorry. We won't give last week's episode. We give the week from before, like we said. So it's like we having the idea whereas that Pietro, her brother, is alive, but it's not in Pietro, as you know, as before.
Right.
It is the X-Men, Fox shitty ass X-Men, Pietro, which was the only thing that really went going for them anyway. So everyone
that was the
like,
best thing in their movies.
Best thing,
right?
Ever. Saying. So it's like we're wondering, like, how is he showing up as this Pietro, and not the one that we know from the MCU, which is weird, because you know what I'm saying. I was like, I don't know. And they're cleverly handling it so well, because they're saying, like, well, she's asking questions like, why do you look so different? Like, yeah, because you do. So I'm saying, like, what the hell? So, something just happened for a minute. I just went, the whole WandaVision shit just happened there. Just weird.
Something just glitched. I don't know. I think it's Tracy. That's what caused it.
Anyway, moving on. And then you're wondering, it's like, okay, like, and then here's the point that had me. At the very end, Vision actually came out of the hex when he was trying to tell the others, help save the people. Now the children actually get to hear. Well, I think which one it was? Is Billy or Tommy? I can't remember.
I forget. I think it's Billy.
The one who's Wiccan.
Yeah.
Let me just say the one who's Wiccan. And he's saying, all right, cool, no problem. He's seeing his father actually dying in himself. Then Mother Mouth says, well, relax, sis. It's not like your dead husband's going to die twice. Now, how would he know that? He died even before the events of Endgame.
Yeah.
How would he know that?
Yeah.
Something's up.
Yeah.
He's not who you say he is. Like, come on.
Yeah. I like it.
He's not.
Yeah.
Nah. So it gives you a lot. But it's from a point to that reference, and then this week's episode was like, eh.
I feel the same way. I feel like this last Friday's episode was a bit lackluster.
A bit, not a lot. It was still had its quirks in it. It was fun.
Yeah, it still had the quirks. But here's my biggest thing. So I know a lot of people at the start of the WandaVision, there were some people that were complaining that it was taking too long to get to the meat, right? It was spending too much time in the black and white 60s, that type of era of comedy. I felt it was I was liking it. and I was saying that if that was an actual show, if WandaVision was an actual black and white show along the lines of I Love Lucy and stuff, Bewitched, I would have watched it. It was funny. It was very well done. For this last episode, what it did was they fast forward to the early 2000s and gave us that kind of mockumentary style comedy of The Office and Parks and Rec and that type of feel. And it, to me, I love that style of comedy, right? And I love those shows. It didn't feel as well done as some of the older episodes of the other parodies that they did. So for me, it was kind of lackluster that way. The reveal at the end, I felt like, once again, if you're a comic book reader, you already knew what was going on. So it wasn't really, it didn't have the same oomph. If you haven't seen it yet, at the end there is an end credit scene. There's a little snippet of something. But the episode before that.
Pause. Tracy, no spoilers for this episode, bro. Don't do it.
Tracy. He ignorant. But the previous week, I loved it because we got to see how powerful Wanda is, right? How dangerous she can be. She expanded the Hex field, something more of the agents, turned them into, she rewrote reality. Incredible. It was also, like you said, the episode where we got to see more of the kids like using their powers. We saw that Tommy was using his speed. They had the whole Halloween episode, and the nostalgia, the costumes when Vision came down those stairs with the cheesy ass old retro Vision costume. I was hollering. It was well done. I love the way they incorporated it into the show. Wanda's old costume was great. You saw like once again how scary she is. Like when she reacted to Quicksilver saying what he said, and she just turned around and blasted him. I was laughing and also like, oh, this chick is cray-cray. Don't mess with her. She powerful as hell. The effects too for the, I don't know the budget they have on this, but when you saw Vision being torn apart, when he was outside the field and he was trying to reach for them, like the effects was on point. I'm still not feeling.
It's Marvel. Marvel.
Yeah,
it's coming with Disney. It's gonna have that effect.
All hail the mighty mouse. But sometimes when it goes from like a movie to a TV budget, it could be some things would be like, oh, that's not good. But they seem like the budget is top notch there. Mighty Mouse, Disney, you can do no wrong. Still not feeling Darcy's character. Still not feeling that character. She just don't do it. Never did.
No,
Never did. Never movies, nothing. Was not feeling.
You guys, Cat Jen is on the other hand off for white girl. Shoot.
Oh yeah, I'm mad at that.
Ain't got mad at that name.
You see, so Tracy asked, isn't that a spoiler, Shawn? We're talking about the last week's episode, not this last Friday, the previous week. So if we already said at the beginning, we're going to talk about in depth about those episodes. The last episode, we're not going to speak on. But yes, Reflex, that Inhumans show. Good.
We don't speak about show Reflex. That's in the Phantom Zone somewhere, just
we
floating.
need to do it. We need to add that. We're going to officially add that to the Phantom Zone next week. Yeah, we got to really fix it. So as far as WandaVision, I think there's 2 more episodes. I'm ready for it all. When we do the last episode of the show, I'm wanting to know we are going to do a spoiler thing. We're telling you the early, because we ain't going to come back in there. We're going to talk about it the Sunday after it happens. All right, just one. It is what it is. Anything else you want to say about WandaVision right now, Mohz? Trying to think.
We just cap it from here. That's it.
Yeah. Okay, so coming up right now on this segment, we're going to switch it up a little bit. This is something that we haven't done it in a while. We want to do a little what's on the table segment. All right, this is a segment of the show where me and Mohz show some things that we've been working on. Last few weeks, it was a lot going on. You know what I mean? We had so much segments, so we didn't get to show y'all some things. But Mohz, I know you got some. I know you've been hard at work. You've been busy. You're gonna bless them with some artwork. You're gonna bless the people
Extremely
with some
busy,
stuff,
as you
man.
know. Like,
What you got?
honestly, it was like really hard at a point where I was trying to work on some other stuff. So
Mhm.
this week, I'm proud to actually do something and let y'all know exactly what I've done. So let me just
Okay, speak on it.
and just turn your camera here.
Okay.
Boom. There we go.
Oh, it's sideways though.
My bad. This way.
Yeah, there we go. What we got there?
So this was done with just on a platform. I'm trying to remember a platform right now. It's something that we could probably. It was done by me, the Art of Cub, which is Tristan Roach, and Jason Haynes art, who is Jason Haynes. So this is me who did Quicksilver.
Y'all better show some love in here too, yo. I feeling that.
This is done by Tristan. As you can see, there's his signature. He did Wanda. Right. Jason said Mango Studio.
Okay.
That's something it was easier for us to, as a platform. We could have probably done that and use your iPad or tablet to actually do that. And this was done by Jason Haynes himself.
Ooh, I like that perspective, Jason. I like that.
Yeah.
Real dynamic. I like the way vision moving forward. Tristan is
Yeah.
always, with the ladies, he kills it. Mohz,
Yep.
I love the tweets that you did on Quicksilver. Like the costume, it looked more like it will protect him against like high speed. You know how I like my costumes. That's
Well,
sick.
yeah, come on. We that's something we have in common, fam. Like
Yeah,
we usually do these costumes like really cool.
yeah,
So
I like that.
yeah.
Okay, blessing the people. I'm going to show a little bit of what we got.
So this was definitely something that we were trying to actually work on because it felt even comfortable because, like I said, Tristan's a very busy guy. Jason is a very busy guy. You all know I'm a very, very extremely busy guy. So it was fun to actually do something without even thinking about deadlines and doing stuff and I gotta do this, I gotta for that. It was just fun to meet. We just having fun, talking trash, and just actually getting down to business and just coloring and just drawing like normal. So it was great, though.
Yeah.
So it was great. So yeah, and
it's always nice to see. It's always nice to see y'all collabing on something too. That's I would love me personally. I put in a request to see more of pieces y'all do together. So I'm about that life.
yeah, plenty of that time can come for sure. We're gonna actually do more of this.
On the table for me, I really got. What I'm doing is I'm partaking in February. February. Shout out to Aaron Beatty. And the way we do it is that I'm teaming up with my boy Akenshie Brown. Akenshie asked me to be the inker on his pencils. So this is the original pencils from Akenshie right here. A nice light and shadow. I'm a big fan. This character is a character by the name of Artesia. I forget the name of the character. It's an indie character. Look out for February. Mohz, if you could put that link in there for me, the official February page, the whole month of February, each day, the prompt. For those of you who are familiar with something like October, this is similar to that. Only things is the month of February, and we're using Nubian black characters. And then what I do is I light box it. I light box his pencils, and then I go in with my inks, and what I like to do is add like my little flair, my little you'll notice that there's certain like little more like pieces on the like this shoulder right here, and go in here and add like my little extra. So I gotta finish this hopefully by tonight. And then what Akeem does is that he adds some spot color on top of my inks and really make it pop. So you can check out my page, Pyroglyphics 1. You can check out February. You can check out Akeem's, and you'll see the product of our hard work. So that's what we'll be doing right there with that.
Yeah, Shawn, seems like your volume just went hella.
Oh yeah, that was my. Sorry about that. My finger was on the. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. So
Cool, cool.
yeah. I'm back. That better now?
Way better.
Okay,
No,
good.
just saying your hand.
I was saying you can check out Pyroglyphics 1. You can check out the official February. You can check out Akeem's page. And but yeah, I was saying that hopefully everybody who's a creator in the audience who's watching this, hopefully you guys working on some banging stuff, and you keep it motivated. So moving on to, I think this is going to be our last segment of the night, Mohz. This is the one that people have always asked for. You know what it is. It's been a while.
It's been a while.
The final zone. This is the segment of the show where we take something that we are fed up with, we are over, and we banish it, we cast it away. Get out of here, you're done. There have been a lot of residents in the final zone over a few weeks, and tonight they're getting some company in the form of
Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
I smell it from here. It's a stinker. Mohz.
Yeah, sucks. Yo, listen.
You wanted to throw this in here badly.
What? Listen, like, honestly, there was a point where when it was 10 years old when the first Mortal Kombat came out. It was 1995. So technically it was like, yeah, it was really like kind of like a thing that it started out. And back then it was the 90s, yeah, for sure. Ask if I were actually gonna revisit it. No, I'm not, because I'm just gonna leave my childhood as it is. Just leave it at that.
Okay.
But Mortal Kombat came out probably like what, 97, 98 maybe. I don't know. I'll just review it a little bit in a second. And I had the knowing that it was gonna be trash. So I was like, nope, miss me with that bullshit. I didn't even watch it. None see it. So therefore, I can't really comment on it. But I did some research, and the first thing I saw it was on Wikipedia. So I'm gonna take an excerpt of that right now. So I'm just gonna read it to y'all. So the reception says, Mortal Kombat Annihilation was released on November 21st, 1997, and its opening weekend take was 60 million, enough for the #1 debut on the box office. It grossed 35 million domestically and made over 51 million worldwide. Ain't too bad, right?
Right.
Yeah, that's cool. As in numbers go, as in domestic box offices and stuff, it goes. It wasn't too bad. Here's the critic response. Annihilation received a 2% approval rating out of 43 critic reviews on Rotten Tomatoes.
That's terrible.
The website's consensus says, with its shallow characters, low-budget special effects, and mindless fight scenes, Mortal Kombat Annihilation offers minimal plot development and manages to underachieve the low bar set for its predecessor. Oh my God.
That's terrible.
Horrible. The film received an 11 out of 100 rating on Metacritic, based on a 12 reviews indicating an overwhelming dislike.
I remember vaguely watching this. I remember seeing this. I think I saw it once, and my brain said, "Don't you ever subject us to this again." I remember something in my soul saying, "You don't need to ever see this again in life." Um, I don't think part one was. I don't think the first Mortal Kombat movie was that bad. I mean, I gotta say
I
again. I thought it was. I
I
thought
probably
it
saw it
was
again.
cool.
No, let me just retract and say I probably saw it again for a glimpse of it. I was like, it's okay.
hmm
But seeing how this was, because I knew it was gonna be trash. I was like, nope,
Yeah,
don't want to see it.
but it was Mortal Kombat, so I had to see it. I had to watch it again. I remember, but I remember the effects being even for back then. I was like, it looked like a child made it. And and when you said it, Mohz, I went and watched the trailer again. It's worse than I remember. Oh my god,
Well, you do
that
that to yourself.
this, so unfortunately, I think this new movie.
Apparently, but it seems like the original motion picture soundtrack wasn't too bad.
That's what we gotta do.
Cause
We gotta use these soundtracks to try to boost it up. That's
yeah,
hard.
but this dude, my God.
Here's the thing, right? Mortal Kombat is one of them things where you don't even need much in the way of plot, right? All you gotta do is give me some sick ass fight scenes. You know what I mean? Mortal Kombat, yes, the storyline evolves, and there's, I know a lot of people are like, I don't really care. Mortal Kombat
Right.
is one of the things I really don't care that much about the story, to be honest with you, right? Something about the nether realm and somebody doing something. Okay, cool. What? I want to see powers. I want to see fatalities. I want to see sick ass kung fu. That's it. You give me
That's
that, I'm good. How can you fuck that up? I
By
get
making
by
a
making,
worse than what it was.
by making Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, people. I don't know if there's some of you out there who like it. Like Stephanie saying that she's a fan of Catwoman. Maybe it's for some of y'all. It's
Yeah, about that though,
Stephanie,
Steph.
we love you. Sorry, Stephanie. We ain't trying to throw you on the bus. We're trying to talk your name behind your back. All right. We just say Catwoman. Come on, come on. We love you though. But so some of y'all might love Mortal Kombat Annihilation. Defend it. Stand behind it. You know what I mean? But I put this right up there with the Legend of Chun Li movie that Reflex just said. I put it up there with Street Fighter with Van Damme. I put it up there with the first Ninja Turtles. All of that trash, trash. All right.
I
Get
don't
out.
even remember the first Ninja Turtles. That's how
Yeah,
old it
yeah.
is. Like I don't even remember it. I
Oh my
can't remember
god.
watching it.
So there you have it. That is our next resident of the Phantom Zone. All right,
So,
people.
Shawn,
Yes, sir.
give me the honor of actually throwing it right into there and where it's gonna go.
Oh, get it. Do it, fam.
It's way past Batman's plot armor, way
Uh-huh.
past other things we had before, but
Uh-huh.
it's right there between Barney and somewhere in between Barney and what was the other one again?
You said Barney?
Yeah, Barney.
Barney and Thundercats Roar?
Nah, Tony Cat's were in the deep ghetto
Okay.
jungle fan.
Okay. Wonder Woman 1984?
Nah, a little further.
A little
Just
further than that.
a little
Okay.
further than that.
Oh, yeah, yeah. It got to be further than that.
What brand?
That's out there somewhere in, what did we say? I forget. I drawn a blank. They got so many residents in the Phantom Zone.
It's so many.
I got to go through the list. But it's deep
In
down.
between
It's down there.
it's between somewhere that and in Zod's utility belt somewhere. I don't know.
Mikey is in the chat going off saying, like, you think the first TMNT is trash? Yes, it is. What are you talking about?
Okay, you born in 1998. What you know about it?
Okay, then come on now. Dragon Ball Evolution, Tracy, you are absolutely correct.
What? Don't get me started. Don't get me started. I think this is what I'm going to do next week for my show, which is the after show. We're talking about Phantom Zone. Where we're going to put all the stuff in the Phantom Zone. So
I'm going to get the list for you, Mohz. I'm going to get the list so that you know.
For me, and I'm going to talk about that next Sunday.
Yeah.
All right.
And speaking of which, this is a good point to end it. Thank y'all for joining us as always. This has been another episode of the Xion Variety Show, Season 2, Episode 8. Before we get out of here, you know how it is. We got to do a little house cleaning. We got to talk about a couple of little things. I want to mention the Xion Versus / Art Challenge that we normally do every week. Every week, we normally take 2 characters and we pit them against each other. We had Hitman versus Assassin's Creed, Agent 47 versus Assassin's Creed. We had King Kong versus Godzilla. We had Stewie versus Chucky. And then we normally challenge you guys to draw the characters, right? We're not doing the verses for the whole month of February because we want to give special attention to February. We teamed up with February to bring them some attention. You can check them out at the official February Instagram page. Every day there's a different prompt, and you have to draw a Nubian character, a black character. The list is up there. Go check them out. But coming up to the end of February, so we will be back with the verses, I guess, next Sunday, right? Maybe?
You could, but I think
if my math is correct. So we're going to be bringing back the versus challenge, and we're going to be coming back. We're going to be coming back with something I've been waiting a while to see. Daredevil versus Shredder. Oh my God. I need to draw that. Daredevil versus Shredder. I'm picking Daredevil. Mohz, who you got?
You know I got Shredder. Like, come on.
Okay, that's you. You always want to be different. You always want to be difficult, man. That's cool. All right, no problem. Boom, boom. Oh, we also have to let you know that coming up next Saturday, or this Saturday coming up, we have our spin-off show. This is the end with Mohz. Mohz, tell them a little bit about the spin-off show.
This is the end is the pop culture show where we actually take a slice of what we know of, starting with Barbadian stuff, and giving a spotlight to artists, creators, or anything that in the spotlight that we need, that needs to be deemed in the spotlight. This Saturday coming up, we are reviewing Life and Times of in Paradise by the one and only Nigel A. Lynch, Pirate Monkeys 79. He has the run on that for quite a while with the Beyond Publishing team, and it was illustrated by 2 artists. That will be Matthew Clark and Agonalo Belgrave. So we're gonna actually be reviewing that this Saturday, 5 AST Atlantic Standard Time, and that's 4 EST on your time, Shawn. So
yes, you know
it's gonna be on YouTube also. So let me just put the link in the YouTube inside the chat quickly, and y'all go follow, like, share, subscribe, because technically we are Xion.
Yes. And I want to give a shout out to your fellow co-hosts on that show, Mohz. All the people doing amazing work on there. We got Rowan, we got Jessica, there's Ian, and Cam. Yeah, so shout out to all the people on there doing amazing work. Y'all definitely need to check it out. Check out the Xion YouTube page. We are slowly inching our way to 100 subscribers, and that is going to allow us to have a custom name. So please subscribe to that. Speaking of which, I want to give a shout out to all the people behind the scenes who are helping us make this what it is, and helping us with the team, helping us with the shows. I want to give a shout out to all the members of This Is the End. I want to give a shout out to Glenn. I want to give a shout out to you, Mohz, Right Minister, Jason, and his lovely wife. Thank y'all for doing that. I want to give a shout out to our correspondents for today. Antonio wasn't able to join us, but shout out to Seth for coming on. Shout out to you, the viewers who come here every week and chill with us and keep us entertained just as much as we try to keep you entertained. And I feel like I was forgetting something. I was going to say something. I can't remember. So, yeah. That's it. We will be back next Sunday, God willing. Same back time, same back channel. You know all that is going to be 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 p.m. for all my Bajan peoples. Oh, that's what I gotta thank Stephanie. Shout out to Stephanie Williams for coming on the show, blessing us with her wisdom, her light, her energy. We are sending you positive vibes and hoping that you get better soon. Mohz, you know the deal, man. Take us out of here.
Yeah, I know what's the deal. So, people, be safe, be creative, and be you. Peace.
Bam. Out.